Greetings. This is Robert Cunningham introducing First World Holiday. Today, we take an in-depth look at a first world family on Thanksgiving. Richard and Pamela Goop join us to share their insights on this most generous of holidays.
Jenner what?
Ugh, it's Rashad Rupert Ruminus Goop III.
Quite. To start off, why don't we go over the meaning of Thanksgiving? Rashad?
Yes. It's a droll holiday where commoners stop working in order to eat more than they deserve, start petty arguments with their relatives, and watch barbarians on TV fight over a pigskin bowl. How quaint.
I see. What about you, Pamela?
I'm not much for eating. I prefer the day after.
Indeed.
Oh. Do you mean Black Friday? Since we're on the topic, what do you like about it?
Well, it's the only day of the year you can knock over an old lady for picking up the iPad you want. And those deals are to die for.
But don't you think people spend too much?
Bob, you can't think about what you spend. Focus rather on what you save.
Really?
Excuse me.
How so?
Well, if a TV costs $5,000 and you get it for $3,000, then you save $2,000.
But you still spent $3,000. What if you can't afford it?
That's what credit cards are for. They're like free money.
Rather than rack up debt, couldn't you just save your money for a few years and get the same television at much lower cost?
No, Bob. That's what poor people do.
I must say, you seem quite superfluous about money. Does that affect your marriage at all?
I don't think so. I don't really even remember how much I spent this year.
Let's move on. Do either of you know how Thanksgiving started?
I do.
Several centuries ago, some rich pilgrims decided they were tired of sharing their wealth. So they crossed an ocean and built a fortress where only the rich could live. The poor heathens got jealous and tried to cross the ocean with patchy ships. However, whenever they got too close, the pilgrims would blast them with cannons and then throw a feast to celebrate how superior they were.
That's not even close to the origins of Thanksgiving. In fact, I'm certain that's the plot of Elysium.
You can't prove anything.
Anyway, most people see the holiday as a chance to be grateful for what they have and be generous to others. Do you plan on doing something generous, such as serving at a food bank or donating to a shelter?
Ugh. Helping poor people. How droll. Isn't it the government's job to throw money at them?
That's the most disturbing attitude I've ever heard. Did you know that the money spent on a $6 cup of coffee could feed a third world family for a week?
That's awful. They must not be buying organic. Those poor children are probably suffering from gluten allergies too.
No, I'm confident that malnutrition and starvation are their main concerns.
We'll agree to disagree then.
Well, that's all the time we have. This is Robert Cunningham. Thank you for joining us on First World Holiday.